Hi, it's Louisa at the Pilates workshop. We're going to do a very short session in relaxation position to mobilise your shoulders and your spine a little bit. Okay, so we'll come into your relaxation position. If you have an overball or squishy, semi-deflated kids football or something, you could use that. Otherwise, maybe a rolled up towel or a cushion to pop under your tailbone in a minute might be helpful. But in relaxation position, we'll come onto your side, roll onto your back. Make sure that you've got your neutral pelvis, hip bones level with each other, your belly button and your pubic bone, and legs parallel, so hips, knees and feet lined up, feet facing forward. You may need a small cushion just to help keep your neck in neutral. We're looking for the chin and the forehead to be level with each other and parallel with the floor. So take a few moments, you can think about your breathing, so that wide breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. So just letting the ribs soften to the floor, everything soften and sink down to the floor. Okay, so just releasing at first. And then once you've done that, we'll bring the arms up to your shoulder drop position. The arms are in line with your shoulders. Rather than splayed fingers, I'd like you to just bring the fingers at each hand together, please. And as you inhale, we'll just reach one arm up to the ceiling. Try not to hunch the shoulder up to your ears, and then exhale, just melting that shoulder back to the floor, keeping the arm long. So inhale, reach, exhale, release. Inhale, reach, and exhale, release. Very gentle connection to your centre, but really just working on mobilising and trying to release tension now. You can then do a few with both together as you inhale and exhale to release. So you'll keep your vision just centred and up to the ceiling. So once you've done a few of those normal shoulder drops, we'll keep the arms raised, make a loose fist and stick your thumb out. So I'd like you to try and just spiral the arm inwards, but from the shoulder only. So you spiral the arm inwards, this arm will turn in and the thumb will face towards you, towards each other rather. If we spiral the arm in and we keep going with the elbow and the wrist, it's likely the thumbs would face away from you. So just check that that movement is the shoulder and it's not going to move that far as you spiral in. And once you've practiced that, you can add that movement to a shoulder drop. So as you inhale, you spiral in and you reach, and exhale, you unravel and release back down. So you inhale, spiral, reach, exhale, releasing down. So just gently mobilising and releasing any tension around the shoulders. Okay. And release the fingers. Hands can come to your shoulders or your collarbones and circle around. So hopefully that's begun to open up your upper body a little bit, keeping that neck long. If your neck feels tight, always useful to do a few chin tucks, where you're lengthening the back of your neck and drawing the chin towards your chest and releasing back to that neutral position when your chin and forehead are level. And you can always let the head roll side to side, but keeping that length through your neck, an even distance between shoulder and your ear. So that's the upper body's had a little bit of a tension. If you have an overball, we're going to grab that now. If you don't, you can still carry on with everything here that we're doing. So we'll just lift your bottom up and pop that overball under your tailbone. So once you're there, still soften into neutral. Be really careful that you don't increase that arch of your lumbar spine the other direction. So you're still in neutral, but just popped up slightly. You can have your fingertips on your hips just to check the pelvis is level before you start. Now you're going to be on this slightly unstable surface. You'll need to connect to your centre a little bit. So just breathing gently, and we'll start to tilt the pelvis. So curl the tailbone up and then releasing to neutral. So as you curl up, you're lengthening out that lumbar spine and just returning to neutral, not increasing that arch. So just a little rock, softening around the front of the hips. Okay, and after a few of those, hopefully you feel like you're sinking down towards the mat. Come back to your neutral shape and use the hands on to help you, and we'll just slide one leg away. So as you do this, be really careful that your back doesn't arch as that leg goes away. So do it slowly, and if your back wants to arch, maybe just don't extend the leg fully just now. If you can, extend it away. Okay, if that's enough of a stretch through the front of the hip of that long leg, leave it at that and take a few breaths there. Otherwise, you could bring the second leg up into a kind of uncomfortable knee fold. It doesn't have to be really rigid. So if you keep the shin softer, the thigh can sink into that hip a little bit more. And just take a few breaths into there. And then you can lower that leg down, slide the leg back in, square off the pelvis if you need to. And then for the other side, you slide the leg away without changing the position of your spine. Breathe into there, maybe adding that leg into sort of a relaxed knee fold position. And then breath into there. And then you can lower that leg, and then the other leg can come back in. And then I'll just pop the ball out of the way, soften back down to the mat. See how that feels. You might feel like you're sinking into the mat from there. Okay, so I'm going to just remind you of windows and then spine curls, and then we'll perhaps pop that together. So windows is another shoulder mobility exercise, and you bring the arms back up. So shoulder drop position, you can either have arms and palms away or arms and palms in. I'll show you both versions. If you come to my classes, you'll know which one suits your shoulders best now. But as you breathe out, we draw the elbows down in line with your shoulders. So you've made this kind of goalpost shape. Try and keep that same angle of the arm. And as you inhale, we roll the upper arm back. Okay, and then exhale, we extend. And inhale, return. So that version, you exhale, draw down. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, extend, and inhale, return. Okay, the other version is you bring the arms and palms inward, so your shoulder drop position we did a moment ago, and you exhale, draw the elbows down. If they don't come to the floor without flaring or arching, that's fine. They just come where they come. Elbows in line with shoulders, and they may or may not touch the floor. Inhale, roll that bent arm back. Exhale, extend, and inhale, return. So exhale, down. Inhale, roll. Exhale, extend. And inhale, return. So that's just a little revision of windows. With spine curls, make sure legs and feet level with each other and parallel, and it may be you need to bring your feet a little closer to your bottom. If the hamstrings are tight, it's possibly worth doing a hamstring stretch as well, which I'll show you another time, or you will know your version from that. Normally with spine curls, we might remove the cushion because as you start to peel up, I don't want it to compress into your neck. So the spine curl on its own, arms down by your side, pelvis neutral, weight even through the feet. And as you breathe out and centre, we go into your pelvic tilt and then begin to peel up your spine, ideally one vertebrae at a time, till you come up to that point where you're back in neutral again. So your glutes have to work here to lift you up. Breath at the top. And as you breathe out, we'll soften and release back down. Okay, I'll show you that spine curl on its own again. So as you breathe out and centre, we go into your pelvic tilt, peeling the spine up till you're in neutral again. Breath at the top, and then softening and releasing back down. If you want to add on to that, we bring the arms into whichever window's position suited your shoulders best. I'm going to do this one today. And instead of rolling up, we're going to bridge up in one piece. So as you breathe out and centre, you lift your pelvis and your spine up in one piece as the elbows come down. And then we inhale, roll back into that window's position. Exhale, you can extend the arms and then spine curl back down. Once your pelvis is in neutral, inhale, arms come back. The alternative, as you breathe out centre, you lift up. This is the same. You inhale, roll back. Exhale, you could start to spine curl down as you extend the arms. So either at the same time or one after the other. So I'll show you a couple more. So you roll back for your windows, and then you can add the spine curl or the bridge. Roll back, extend, and then spine curl down. Arms, and then spine curl. Okay, and then you can bring the arms back down. Maybe bring your head cushion or cushions back, and we'll bring the legs and feet together. Arms in a low V just to do your hip rolls. As you breathe out and centre, let the pelvis and the legs peel over to one side. Neck and head can go to the other side. Keep the shoulder blades connected to the mat and the ribs heavy. Breath there and spiral back to the centre. And then over to the other side. The feet are glued together. And another final stretch I'll show you today is your night fever stretch. So you slide one leg away without changing that shape of your back. Second leg comes into knee fold. Opposite hand to the middle of the thigh of the raised leg. And that leg just rolls across you. You kind of hip roll up. Let your head turn to your extended arm. And just take a few breaths into there. And then you can spiral back. Lower that leg, slide the other one in, and we'll switch over. So you slide that second leg away, other leg to knee fold, opposite hand to the middle of that outer thigh, and the leg rolls over, but that leg rolls over the underneath leg, and you heel over, and you can look towards the outstretched hand. A few breaths into there, and the shoulders do stay connected to your mat. And then you can unravel and lower. And come back to your relaxation position and then roll onto your side to come up. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. I hope that's been useful. Let me know how you get on and hopefully I'll catch up with you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.